Hi everybody, I'm Justin from Main Man Bassing. In this video, I'm going to do a 1-year review on the Lowrance Elite FS fish finding units that I've had installed on my boat all last year going into this year. There'll be Amazon links in the description box. If you'd like to pick one up right now, you can. Just make sure that you know which transducers you want to get with the units. This video, I do not have forward-facing imaging. Alright, so this video is 2D, down scan, live contour mapping, and side scan. That's the imaging I have. I think they're great little units. I have very few complaints. You can see here what I'm showing you is I was just cruising. I contoured that out myself with the units, and then I saw what I thought were bass. I switched to the down scan. Down scan picked up the bass, and you're going to see in a second here, I fish for them and I catch them. So if the bass are in the area, it very easily picks them up. It's very easy to navigate the machines. Everything's push button. You can zoom screen, or pinch zoom. You can program your taps. Like if you do one tap, that'll enact, a feature. You can double tap and that'll enact something else. You can hold your tap, so you can set that all up and make it really, really efficient. I guess one complaint I have is that when I'm in 2.5 feet of water, the screen it stops reading. It doesn't produce an image. And that's pretty typical for most units that I've had. Once you get below, once you're in 2.5 feet of water or shallower, it doesn't really produce the imaging that well. But as soon as you get out to 3.5 feet, the imaging picks up and it resumes. It's not like I have to turn it off and turn it back on. A great feature that it has is contour mapping. It's Genesis Live. You can set up 1-foot contours, and so you can it has base maps, which aren't that great, but then you can put the Genesis Live contour mapping overlay on, and it'll map out in real time your contours up to 1 foot. And it's a really great feature, but just know that so these units are they're network capable, so they can communicate with each other. Like if you put a waypoint on the console unit, it'll mark the waypoint up on the deck unit, and it's very accurate. One complaint I have is that the contour mapping isn't shared. You can only do contour mapping on each unit, so it's kind of weird in the fact that you can contour in your console, but if you get up shallow, you really want that shallow area, less than 12 feet. You want that all on your deck unit, right? So you have to go up, put the trolling motor down, and then cruise around and let it contour up there. And so that is one complaint. And you just saw in this image right here, I was going over what I thought was a rock, and I switched to the down scan, and you could see the separation. It looked like some kind of bait there on the bottom. As far as side scan goes, it's not like a $5,000 unit, right? The side scan imaging is good, but it's not. The conditions have to be pretty ideal for you to be able to find bass with side scan. I think people sort of fluff up how easy it can be to find bass on side scan, but certainly you can see all the structure very easily. And so you can mark off the structure, and when everything's touchscreen, it's just so efficient. And so you can go into an area like a cove, you can contour map it out in 10 minutes. You can spend another 10 minutes doing your side scan, and you pick off all the structures, all the boulders underneath, all the logs, right? And then you can run over it with down scan and see if it's holding any bass. So it becomes super efficient. And I don't know. They're nice little systems. I would recommend, if you have a legit bass boat and you want 2 units, I would recommend getting 2 9-inch units. I made the mistake of getting a 7-inch unit for my deck. The issue is, if you just run sonar, 2D sonar, on the deck, you'll probably be fine. But I like having my contours out. I do a lot of drop shotting in deeper water. And so it's a little too small. And so I'm going to sell that and get a 9. But so if you think you're going to be picky about the size, I would just go get the 9s. Both 9s. It's like an extra $400 because you have to buy a 9-pin HDI trolling motor transducer, right? And so it's like $250 more for the 9, and then you have to do $150 for the transducer. So I can't, I just, other than the fact that images stop at 2.5 feet, and the other thing is too is the contour map, so it's an overlay, right? And so sometimes when you're driving, it won't register when you're cruising, like 30 miles an hour. It won't pick up your contour maps. It'll show you the base map, and you just sometimes have to zoom in and zoom out. So it only takes a couple seconds, but that's like an annoying thing, right? But other than that, I think I'm really happy I have them, and if this is what your budget can afford, I think you'll be happy with them as well. You have to get the Ethernet cord if you want to connect them on the same network. But I'm thrilled I have them. I don't think you'll be upset. But that's the review. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped. And Amazon links, the units are on Amazon links in the description box, so you can check those out if you want. All right. I hope you have a great season. I hope you catch a real big bass soon. Thanks. Bye. Also, I forgot to mention, if you get the Elite FS9, that is going to have forward-facing imaging capability. Depending on the troller motor that you have, it also supports autopilot and spot lock. So if you have those capabilities, it's something to